Draft Day is an incredibly dumb movie. For most people, it's just a forgettable sports film that released in the mid-2010s starring Kevin, not Bob Odenkirk Costner.
I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
For NFL fans, it's a movie that's basically clueless about its source material, that being the NFL Draft. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll try to keep this brief. The NFL Draft is a method of implementing young players from the NCAA into the NFL. There are 7 rounds of drafting. In each round, the team with the worst record of the previous season picks first, and the best team picks last, as teams with bad records pick early and teams with good records pick late. This is supposed to help balance the league, as the teams picking early tend to have access to the better prospects. Teams can trade their picks around and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, we've got a movie to talk about. This is Sonny Weaver, general manager of the Cleveland Browns. To give you background on the Browns and their history, let me just tell you, they play in Cleveland. That should tell you just about everything. Anyways, the Seattle Seahawks have the first overall pick, but they're willing to trade down with the Browns in exchange for their current first round pick, that being 7th overall, next year's first round pick, as well as a future 3rd rounder. Sonny declines the offer, as he seems set on Vontae Mack, a linebacker that should still be available by the time the Browns get to pick. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. He also shows some interest in Ray Jennings, whose dad used to play for the Browns. Sonny seems to have his draft day strategy set, barring any screw-ups that may occur. It gets screwed up. And by his own boss nonetheless. Team owner Anthony Molina has a win-now mentality, so if the picks that Sonny makes don't immediately improve Cleveland's record, both him and the head coach are fired. So Sonny is gonna have to completely reevaluate how he's gonna approach the draft, something him and his scouts spent most likely the entire offseason planning for. Sonny tries to find out if the deal that Seattle offered him is still on the table, and luckily it is, except now that Tom, Seattle's general manager, now wants 3 first-round picks instead of 2 first rounds and a 3rd round. This is the kind of move that can set a team back for years. Unless they're the Rams. Sonny is very desperate to keep his job, so he agrees to this insane trade. No one in the Browns organization seems happy with this decision, except for probably Molina, who is now confident that Sonny will use the first overall pick to select generational quarterback Bo Callahan. Sonny contacts Bo's agent, who is portrayed by... Oh fuck, not this guy. Sonny then directly speaks with Bo to get a sense of his character. He's not impressed.
Excited?
Well, of course I am. It's an exciting day, I can't lie.
How important is winning to you?
Excuse me?
Well, I've seen all the tape on you, talked to everyone that matters, but that's the thing I still don't know.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Weaver. I look forward to meeting you, sir.
Coach Dennis Leary bitches to Sonny about being a former coach for the Cowboys or something like that, I don't know. Something along the lines of, I coach Super Bowl champions, I know what a winner looks like, don't fuck this shit up, you hear me? Vontae Mack stirs up controversy by tweeting about the Browns potentially taking Bo.
You sold a cow for magic beans.
How does the entire world already know about this, Mom?
Because Vontae Mack just tweeted it.
Sonny is stressed out of his mind, so he vents his frustrations to Allie, the Browns' financial manager, and the woman carrying his child. His ability to maintain a full head of hair is well beyond my knowledge. Brian Drew, the Browns' current starting QB, whose career has been riddled with injuries, is pissed that Bo might get drafted. That would mean he's getting replaced. He wants Sonny to trade him away as he no longer feels wanted in Cleveland. Sonny basically tells him to kick rocks.
I'm gonna do what's best for the team.
I've been in this league for 8 seasons. I've been to the playoffs. I know the system the Penn wants to run, and I know I can make it work. I busted my ass this offseason. I set the bar high.
Are you finished?
No.
We'll get finished, and then get back to work.
If this movie were based remotely in reality, Brian Drew would immediately make a tweet talking about how Browns management completely disrespected him. But that doesn't happen. Looking deeper into Callahan, Sonny learns that none of his college teammates showed up to his 21st birthday party, which is honestly kind of relatable. Well, sorta. I had friends over, but it was only a couple, and all we did was have drinks since, I was turning 21 at the time. I actually ended up being the only sober person, and it was kinda stressful trying to manage a couple of grown children. Anyways, not having teammates show up to his birthday says something about Callahan's leadership, apparently. Sonny is contacted by the Buffalo Bills and learns that they're interested in trading up for Bo. Sonny is pissed at this because this indicates to him that Coach Dennis Leary went on his own to discuss a trade with them. Getting closer to the draft, Sonny is even more unsure about Callahan. Apparently, he was asked about Washington's playbook, where a $100 bill was taped at the end of it to determine if he actually read it. Bo did not read it and lied about reading it.
Just talked to Jack Tate in Washington. He said when they found out they had the number 5 pick, first thing they did was send a copy of their playbook to all the guys they were interested in. They tape a $100 bill to the last page.
Why?
So when they're interviewing the guys and they ask them if they read the whole playbook, of course all of them are going to say yes. So when they tell them about the $100 bill, most of the guys get embarrassed. They get flustered. They fess up that they didn't read the whole thing. But ask me what your boy Bo Callahan did. He said that he'd read it, and then he didn't say anything.
I can tell the writers may have been inspired by Jamarcus Russell for this bit, but this is still extremely unrealistic. Daniel Snyder, who owned the Washington, Redacteds at the time this movie takes place, is an incredibly cheap bastard. He's not gonna waste $100 to see if a prospect actually studies. It doesn't matter that he's a billionaire, no one is getting a lick of money unless they work for him. And even then, they might get stiffed on their paycheck. Sonny learns that the Texans have interest in Vontae. You know, the player Sonny was originally looking to draft. Sonny's mom shows up to discuss spreading his dad's ashes on the Browns field, and Sonny has some emotional baggage because he fired his dad who used to be a coach, yada yada yada. It doesn't really matter, I am very emotionally detached from this man. Sonny makes one last call to Bo and asks about the birthday party, which is honestly kind of weird. Either way, he's not satisfied with the answer. The draft commences and it's time for the Browns to do something with their pick. Sonny finalizes his decision without letting anyone know what decision he actually made. But it is soon revealed through Roger Goodell. Yes, they got the actual commissioner to be in this movie. He announces the first overall pick.
With the first pick of the 2014 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Vontae Mack, linebacker, Ohio State.
Cleveland's shocking decision to go with Vontae Mack instead of Callahan somehow causes Bo to slide down in the draft. He's still on the draft board by the time the draft reaches the 6th pick, which belongs to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sonny is feeling a little bit silly and decides to try to trade for Jacksonville's pick. He contacts the Jaguars GM and tells them he's willing to give up 3 future second-round picks for the 6th. But Jacksonville needs a quarterback. They're not going to give up the opportunity to draft Bo Callahan that easily.
What's wrong with Callahan?
I think he's a bust.
How? Why?
I don't know. Gut feeling. This is a good deal, Jeff.
They gave up the opportunity that easily. Sonny then uses this newly acquired pick to make another trade with Seattle, who hold the Browns' old pick at 7th. He tells the Seahawks that if they want to trade up one space to guarantee that they get Callahan, who is still on the draft board by the way, they need to give back all of the first round draft picks that Cleveland originally gave up. Sonny has got to be smoking crack or something. That is just an insane trade proposal for any team to make. You can't just do take-backsies. But somehow, Sonny has leverage over Seahawks GM Tom, because Seahawks fans were pissed over the decision to give up the first overall pick. So Sonny wants the draft picks he gave up back.
What else do we need?
Special teams. Putney, get Putney.
Yes.
David Putney. I want my picks back, and I want David Putney.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So Sonny wants his draft picks back and punt returner David Putney. Why? Because fuck you, Tom. This man better be the second coming of Devin Hester if he's involved in a blockbuster trade like this. I mean, who the fuck throws in a punt returner in a trade like this? Tom accepts the trade offer because he's a fucking moron. With the Seahawks taking Bo Callahan at 6th and the Browns now having the 7th pick, they take Ray Jennings. Remember that guy? The guy whose dad used to play for the Browns? Yeah, look. The Jacksonville trade was bad. For a top 10 pick, you'd expect at least one first rounder in return. But you know what? Teams get fleeced all the time. A bad trade, yes, but not outside the realm of reality. The Seahawks, on the other hand, their trade was downright insane. Get multiple first round picks, only to give them back to the team for the chance to draft a quarterback you were willing to pass on anyways? That's just idiotic! That's fucking stupid! Even if Bo Callahan is the next Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, I feel like Seahawks fans would be more upset at the fact that they willingly gave up a huge haul of draft picks just for one guy. If you want to watch a good movie about sports management, watch Moneyball.